Grip socks are great, and now they're even better with Pure Grip Socks Pro. Better fit, moisture wicking, amazing comfort, and all the extra grip you need. Choose from 10 different colors for just $16.99 a pair at puregripsocks.com.
There are very few football boots to achieve legendary status, but a walk-off headbutt straight red card in the World Cup final to end what is, in my opinion, one of the greatest careers of all time will definitely get you that. And 16 years later, those boots, for the first time ever, are available to the public. Well, were, because they're already sold out. Ladies and gentlemen, in my hands are a pair of football boots that I genuinely thought I would never have the opportunity to own. It's a remake of the 2006 World Cup Zinedine Zidane exclusive, never released to the public, Adidas Predator Absolute in gold and white. They're the boots that he wore in the final matches and final moments of his career that ended in probably the most controversial / epic way a career like that has ever ended. And do they ever look fantastic? I mean, for $350, they better look fantastic. It's hard to believe that it's already been 16 years since the 2006 World Cup final. However, I'm going to start this video by saying that if you are 16 years of age or younger and you've not really had the opportunity to check out Zinedine Zidane, go on YouTube right now and search up some highlights, because he is honestly one of the greatest players to ever do it. Absolutely magical, and I think it's such a good thing that Adidas is now releasing this football boot. Yes, it had that mythical status for such a long time, being something that never released to the public. And obviously this isn't an exact remake in that it does feature the sole plate from the Adidas Predator Freak, the previous generation, which happens to have a heel counter design that is very much inspired by the shape of the one found on the Absolute that came out back in 2006. Nonetheless, these boots are absolutely gorgeous. Obviously very flashy in mostly gold, and it does have this nice metallic shine to it, but as we've seen with pretty much all of the Adidas Predator remakes, the quality is top notch. Kangaroo leather in the front part of the upper, the actual Adidas, the Predator elements that they've included here, the rubber stripes here on the lateral side, as well as the classic Predator elements in the striking area, are exactly the same SL rubber as what would have been found on the OG. Even these little grip texturing strips feel identical to the original. And out of all the Pred remakes, honestly, I feel like the Absolute is the one that has aged the best. And as far as modern day wearability is concerned, not only do these fit great, not only are they extremely comfortable, I think they perform the part. And given the choice to wear these over the modern day Predator Edge Plus or Edge 0.1, I would pick these 10 out of 10 times. I think they're absolutely fantastic. The fold over flap tongue in leather with the Adidas logo embroidered in white is just classic Predator, and again, the quality is phenomenal. The little strap to hold it down is something that just doesn't get old, although the one thing I will say about this remake in particular, because of this kind of very sharp texturing to the sole plate itself, kind of the pattern that's within the plastic, it can grind away at this little strap over time, so something to be aware of. But you can always replace the strap or just stitch it back together. Not something you ideally want to do on a $350 pair of football boots, but let's be honest, I think the vast majority of people that got their hands on these were collectors and probably won't be playing in them. Nonetheless, I do hope that Adidas continues to remake the Predator Absolute, because like I said, it's the best of the modern remakes in terms of actual wearability. The Team Geist logo in gold on gold, kind of subtly hidden there on the back of the heel, is a really nice detail. The Predator logo in white with the gold insole looks fantastic, and the sole plate finish is wearable. They have painted it gold, which I don't quite understand why. I think gold plastic would have been just fine, but the matte finish that it has in contrast to the slight gloss that you have in the leather just looks really, really nice. And just for fun, along with proving how public perception has changed so drastically when it comes to football boots and how much they weigh based on all the marketing that's been done over the years, I thought it'd be cool to compare the weight of the modern Predator Edge Plus to a remake of a pair of Predators back from 2006, keeping in mind that this does have a more modern sole plate and stud pattern from the previous generation of Predator. Nonetheless, both in the same size, 9.5 US. We'll start off with the Edge Plus, and you can see that they weigh in at 9.3 ounces, the equivalent of 263 grams. change the scale back to ounces, remember those numbers, and we'll throw on the Absolute remakes, and you can see that they weigh in at 8.9 ounces, the equivalent of 253 grams, where again, I think most people would assume that a thin knitted upper with no laces and a sleek design would be significantly lighter than an old school leather one with an unnecessary giant fold over flap tongue, but as you can see, the reality is this is actually lighter. On feet, like I mentioned earlier in the video, I really feel like the Absolute is the one Predator remake model that has actually aged the best. They're all wearable to some extent, but this is one that really doesn't feel like it's lost a step when compared to modern leather boots in particular. Obviously, if you're comparing this to a synthetic boot, certainly something like a Nike Mercurial, this is kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum in terms of feel. But if you're comparing this to, say, a Nike Tiempo Legend 9 as an example, I don't think these are all that different in terms of shape as well as fit. The lockdown, I think, still holds up really nicely because of the reinforcement that you have with the synthetic used as well as the rubber on the upper. Obviously, the fold over flap tongue is something that you either love or hate at this point, but I think it fits pretty close to the top of your foot on this particular design, so it doesn't feel like it's in the way or adding too much extra bulk. And the softness of the leather, along with the extra grip from the rubber striking elements, it's just classic Predator. So if you liked them back in the day, I think you're still gonna really like them now, but obviously a very different fit and feel when compared to the modern Preds. However, given the choice, I much prefer these over the current Predator Edge. In my opinion, it's not even close. As far as width is concerned, because of the standalone tongue and kind of normal lacing system, you do have plenty of expansion, particularly through the midfoot, and then the leather upper with the kind of more rounded shape to the toe box and forefoot area lends itself well to just about any foot type, even if you do have wider feet. Plenty of width all the way through, but also lots of adjustability because of the way that they lace up. And as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US. So if you were lucky enough to get a pair or you're looking to buy a pair in the secondhand market, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. But there you have it, guys. One of the most legendary football boots of all time. Never thought I'd have a pair on my feet, but here we are. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.